The footprints in the snow led from the forest right up to the farmhouse door, but they never led back. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in German history, and the eerie story of this isolated farmhouse continues to capture imaginations nearly a century later. The Gruber family, Andreas, his wife Cecilia, their daughter Victoria, and her children Cecilia and Josef lived on the Hinterkaifeck farm, an isolated small homestead near the Bavarian town of Schrobenhausen. In March 1922, they were all murdered in a brutal attack that remains unsolved to this day. What makes this case particularly haunting are the strange events leading up to the murders, the inexplicable evidence left behind, and the chilling aftermath. In the weeks leading up to the murders, Andreas Gruber began noticing strange, unsettling occurrences around the farm. The first major sign came one winter morning when he discovered a trail of footprints in the fresh snow. The footprints led from the edge of the nearby forest directly up to the farmhouse, but mysteriously did not lead back. This discovery deeply disturbed Andreas, and he became convinced that someone was watching the family. As the days passed, more inexplicable events unfolded. Items began to go missing around the house, and strange noises, especially from the attic, echoed through the old farmhouse at night. Though the family searched their home, they found no sign of an intruder. It was not just Andreas who felt this unseen presence. Other members of the family reported hearing footsteps and soft whispers, and even feeling as though someone was lurking just beyond the edges of their vision. The Gruber's maid, who had worked for them for years, quit shortly before the murders, claiming that the farmhouse was haunted. Despite these unsettling signs, Andreas dismissed the idea of a supernatural cause and tried to reassure his family that they were safe, though he too remained uneasy. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, tragedy struck. It is believed that the killer waited patiently, either in the barn or somewhere nearby, and lured each family member out one by one. Andreas, his wife, daughter, and granddaughter were led into the barn and killed with a pickaxe. Afterward, the killer entered the home and murdered two others, little Joseph, who was asleep in his crib, and the family's new maid, Maria Baumgartner, who had just started working there that very day. In a brutal, terrifying sequence of events, all 6 members of the household were killed. The discovery of the murders happened days later when neighbors, concerned by the family's unusual absence, went to the farm to check on them. What they found horrified them. 4 bodies were discovered in the barn, arranged together under a haystack, while young Joseph and the maid were found inside the farmhouse. As authorities arrived, they uncovered even more disturbing details. For days after the murders, someone had been living in the farmhouse. Neighbors reported seeing smoke coming from the chimney, animals were fed, and even meals appeared to have been eaten from the family's kitchen. The killer had stayed in the farmhouse, calmly maintaining a semblance of life amidst the massacre. The investigation into the Hinterkaifeck murders was one of the most extensive of its time, and a variety of suspects were considered. Some suspected that the motive might be tied to family secrets, as the Grubers were known to be a reclusive family with rumors of complicated family dynamics. Other theories involved potential vendettas or financial motives, but despite interviewing over 100 suspects and following countless leads, the police were unable to solve the case. They found only cryptic clues such as a bloodstained pickaxe and disturbing details about the crime scene, but no clear answers. The case has since become a haunting legend in Germany, spawning countless theories, books, and even supernatural tales about what truly happened on Hinterkaifeck farm. People have speculated about ghosts, curses, and sinister forces, as the story seems almost too horrifying to believe. To this day, no one knows who the murderer was or why they committed such a brutal and mysterious crime. What makes the Hinterkaifeck murders so haunting is not only the horror of the crime, but also the sense of an unseen, inexplicable presence that stalked the family, foreshadowing their deaths. The murders remain unsolved nearly a century later, leaving behind an eerie legacy, a tale of isolation, terror, and the chilling sense that sometimes the most disturbing mysteries are those that remain forever unsolved.